I think it's really important when it comes to building homes, building work environments, building our worlds, that it's a reflection of ourselves, our personality, our influences, our inspiration, and then how we translate that into a unique aesthetic. This project is called Assemblage, Lost and Found. It's the design of the material palette for Century City, a new project for Workshop 17. Rewilding is this process of restoring ecosystems back to their natural state. It's also about reintroducing lost species and allowing that ecological process to regenerate and reducing human intervention in nature. So instead of treating nature as an aesthetic backdrop, we actually want to create an interdependent relationship. So the material palette that you see in front of you actually consists of a combination of really sort of beautiful natural materials and textures to bring together reference to nature within the workspace. We've used natural oak timber flooring, and that becomes a beautiful unifying floor surface that starts to seamlessly connect all of the spaces, whether you're in an enclosed meeting room or office. In contrast to the oak flooring, we'll be introducing darker tones. We will also have ash timber, table tops, this more sort of chocolatey browny colors, and then also touches of metallic, references to sort of the geological aspects relating to nature and the geology of the site. You'll also then get a sense of natural textiles and natural fibers that are brought through in the loose lay rugs that are overlaid on that timber flooring. And they provide a softness, a warmth to it, and also it's about layering of material palette. In terms of color palette, very sort of muted tones, moving from sort of warm whites to beige to a sort of very natural taupe, and contrasting that with more sort of khaki and muddier tones of green, and then a pop of color, a brighter, more intense green that contrasts really well with the cork timber as a natural surface to the tabletops. Besides timber and cork being these natural elements that we've brought into the space, we've also got leather, and leather becomes a beautiful sort of natural material that adds a touch of warmth, a touch of luxury. One of the masterpieces, I think, or most striking and dominant elements of the material sample board is the Marinese stone. And Marinese is actually a conglomerate stone that's formed over many, many years, where pebbles are compacted in a riverbed. A beautiful, almost terrazzo-like quality to it. This idea around fossils and finding fossils becomes a part of the story of this stone. Fashion is an element that's always become very inspiring for the work that I do, and I love this idea around relating the material samples to a fashion and fashion industry, because I think the fashion industry is something that's also at the forefront of identifying textiles and materials and really creating an assemblage of those materials. But I think it always comes down to the body and how we dress and how we clothe ourselves, and I do think that then gets mimicked in the interior design or through the architecture. The ecosystem and building these worlds to invite people to have a very sort of experiential view of nature and referencing it back to this lost landscape.